Hello everyone and welcome to today's Flosstube extra video. This was an idea I had, which I'm sure you know from the title. It is a cross stitch finishing inspiration video. And this is an idea I had because I was actually looking for this on YouTube and I found a lot of finishing tutorials which are super helpful. I'll mention a few in this video that I have used before. If I have, I will talk about that. But I also really wanted to get some new finishing ideas and inspiration, and I was kind of looking for a video like this that kind of had a lot of ideas compiled together, and I couldn't find that actually, so I thought I would make it. So here is an idea that I'm really excited about because I found a lot of finishing ideas when researching for this video. Any links for anything or credits or all of that will be in the description box down below. So if you didn't understand what I said, or you're like, how is that spelled, or anything like that, it will all be linked down below. I wanted to make it super easy for you guys. And if you see me looking at the iPad, I have reference images, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. And also I have information written down in a notebook so I can give you the correct information of where things are from and the sources of them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in with number one. Number one is an idea that I have not done yet, but I do have the stuff to do it. I have a few stitches I have planned for it. This is a book finish. So I got this idea from Lori Holt. She mentioned it in her Flosstube video, and I'll link the Flosstube below where she mentioned it. There is not a tutorial for this one, but she does kind of talk through how she finished it a little bit. And I just think this is so cute. Maybe you have some old books that like you've read and you really enjoy them, but you might not read them again, or something like that, and you can put them out on a shelf. And I love this idea. I think it's so cool that it's the book finish. I love to read, so I love books in general, so I think this is a super cool idea. I have a prairie schooler pattern that I'm going to finish this way, and I also bought Once Upon a Time by Sprouting Lupine. I believe that's the name of it. I'll put a picture of it here. And I bought a really pretty book from the antique store a few weeks ago that I'm planning on finishing that on, which I will show you soon. Number two is a banner. This is from Home on the Ridge on Instagram. I'll have the link to that below. Her name is Maggie. Basically, this is the Lizzie Kate Halloween rules, and what she did, her and her husband, this is a wooden banner. You can easily do this with balsa wood. Like if you don't want to use a power tool, you can easily do it with balsa wood and like score it and do it that way. Or I feel like you could also do this with like some kind of foam or mat board or something if you didn't want to use wood. And then they do have the little icons at the bottom. I think this is a really cool idea, and there is a tutorial which is linked below. Another one from Home on the Ridge is using a box. So she bought this box. I'm going to put two pictures here. There's a Christmas version and a Halloween version. And this is actually how I found her on Instagram. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But basically she bought tic-tac-toe, which she said was in the summer section, and took the tic-tac-toe pieces out and instead put little tiny cross stitch finishes into each individual square, which I thought was a really good idea. I love that she kind of showed inspiration for Christmas and Halloween, which I thought was really cool. Again, there is a tutorial for this one on her Instagram, which I will link below. The next one is actually inspiration. I had it pinned on a Pinterest board, and then I was like, where is this from? Like, what's the source of this? And then it's actually a prairie schooler pattern, but they give you finishing instructions in it. So this one is a acorn finish, which I thought was so cute. You could 100% get these prairie schooler patterns and do it that way, or you could take the inspiration from this and do it for another fall small if you wanted to do that. Number 5 is a wood slice finish. This is via Mia Mark on Instagram. Again, link below. I love this idea. At the local craft store, I know mine personally, you can find wood slices in a variety of sizes from small to large. So you can do lots of different finishes on this, but this little mushroom duo is so cute. The perfect wood finish. And they just finished it, looks like with a simple cording and a hanger. Again, with a simple cording and a hanger. So this will be a very easy finish. You could even do like a magnet finish, which I'm going to talk more about later. But with this, you could switch it out if you wanted to. Number 6, this one is so cute. So this is just some inspiration via Keepsake's cross stitch. Just a picture I found, but I did a link below their finishing services because they do have finishing services if you're interested in that. But this first one is a pot finish. which, oh my gosh, I find these like vintage pots like this at the antique store all the time. And I'm like, I think they're enamel, I believe. But I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. What am I going to do with this? But I want it. And you can find them most of the time pretty inexpensively. Here's an idea of what to do with it. So I'm definitely going to pick one up next time I find one in a good size and a good color. I think this is so adorable. It almost looks like it's like a pillow stuffing, and then somehow hooked in there, attached in there. I don't know. But you could figure it out, definitely. And it's very, very cute. Honestly, you could just make a round pillow and make it the perfect size to put in there and just squish it in there too. Yeah, and then you can easily change it out. Oh my gosh. Okay, love that one. This next one is also finished from Keepsake Cross Stitch. You might have seen a little sneak peek in the back of that other picture because there was 2 finishes in this one. But it is around a mason jar, which is such a cute idea. It did not show the back of how it was attached. My thought is you could probably do like elastic with a button. And then you could easily, again, take it off and interchange it. I think that one is so, so sweet. This next one is a clock finish, number 8. So this one is via Kitten Woof on Instagram. Again, all this will be linked below. There is no link to the pattern, but I love the idea of finishing it in a clock, and I think it's so adorable. You could, again, easily find a vintage clock at the thrift store, or maybe you just have an old cute clock lying around that doesn't work anymore, and you could put cross stitch in it. The next inspiration picture I have, I'll put here. There's actually a pattern for this one. So this was a Etsy pattern that I found. So I wanted to find a pattern specifically made for a clock, where I'm sure you could do with a lot of circle finishes. I just thought that might be helpful. This is Mary Amelia's Bird from Quaint Rose Needle Arts, and I'll have that link below as well. The next one. All right, we have quite a few inspiration images and ideas from Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. She, if you've never heard of her before, is a wonderful finisher. She gives some great tutorials. I followed a few of her tutorials before. I've watched some of her tutorials that I haven't followed yet, but hope to in the future. So these next few are from her, Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. This first one is a star shape. I don't know about you, but I get intimidated by shaped ornaments or shaped finishes. And I don't really know why. I just get so intimidated. But this was a super detailed tutorial. I believe this one, yeah, this one has a video link tutorial. Some have videos and some have blog posts. Number 10, again from Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, is a snow globe finish. It is 3D. Can you even with this one? I'm sorry. I have to do this. I'm like obsessed with this one. I've never seen this one before. It is so cute. This one also has a video tutorial link, so I will link that below. I just have nothing else to say about this one. I'm so speechless and I have to do it. The next one from Vanna Pfeiffer is the Package 3D Ornament. Another one that when I saw it, I was like, why have I never had this idea? It's such a simple concept, but it's absolutely adorable and will really add some interest to your stitching on your tree. Number 12, the Cube, as she refers to it, Vanna Pfeiffer, again, the Twisted Stitcher. This is a styrofoam block, and what a cute idea. I love this. It's lightweight, it'd be easy to store, but it's absolutely adorable. It stands up by itself. Again, love that one. And all the patterns to these of what the patterns are linked in her blog post as well. Number 13 is the Hoop Box. This is genius. I'm sorry. I just cannot get over this one and I want it so badly. I love that it's using hoops. Again, this one has a tutorial. It's basically using the hoops and a plaque at the bottom. And so she stacked them on top and then put a stitch finish. She gives really nice detailed instructions. I read through these like word for word and I do think I would be able to do it. This one is a blog post, I do believe. If I'm remembering correctly, but it looks super easy to follow. She gives such detailed instructions. And what a beautiful way to showcase your finished stitching and then put your stitching stuff inside of the hoop box. So cute. Next, I loved this one. Again, so simple, but so cute. This is a rustic frame finish via Stitching Dream blog. So I'm going to put a link to the blog post, which gives directions. It's literally sticks, guys, just sticks. But how rustic is it and so cute? This is the Prairie Schooler Santa's Rides. It's one of those. And now I need that pattern. Now I have to stitch them. The next one, I've never heard of this before. Maybe you have. But this is a pendabule. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But basically, it looks to me like it's one half of a biscornu top. And then you kind of finish it a certain way. The link below to this one is going to take you to Benzie Designs, and it's by Not So Modern Millie. There's a free pattern for it as well as finishing instructions. So this is a really cool one, and I thought it was really neat, the shape of it. Super cute, maybe to do a Christmas one. Again, have some different interest in ornaments. I would love to do a Halloween tree soon, so that was kind of my thought for that one. The next one is a scissor fob. So this one is some sampler bird stitchery. Now, this could be done for any small. You do not have to have this pattern. I did link the pattern below. You can get a PDF pattern, or you can get a full kit to make this full scissor fob, which is kind of cool. And then I feel like if you made it once, you would kind of know how to do it and recreate it yourself. But you could do this really easily and figure it out, or just even do the little pillow and put a little string at the top of the thing and do like a slip knot, pull it through, like you do with your string on a floss drop. Anyway. But you could do this with any small pillow. I think it's so adorable. And who doesn't want stitching with their stitching? Like, who doesn't want to look at finished stitching every day when you're pulling out your scissors while you're stitching? I think that's so cute. All right, number 17. This one is an idea I've seen a few times, but I always forget it. I've seen Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. She has a box behind her, I believe with Brenda Gervais patterns that she does this with. This specific one is from the Traveling Viking Mama via Instagram. She used the Stitching with the Housewives washer and magnet tutorial, so you could easily switch them out. I have that link below as well. But my thought for this one, okay, I saw that and I was like, light bulb, I know exactly what I would do a metal box finish for. Have you seen those mini tool, tool boxes? Yes. Have you seen those mini toolboxes that people like put on their desk or whatever, and people on the inside, I've seen a lot of people do needle minders in them and keep their needle minders in there. But the top of one of these toolboxes would be a perfect spot for a finish like that, and then you have your cross stitching on the top as you open and close it. I think it's a really great idea. I linked this one from Amazon, which is a similar price to the Lowe's one that is out of stock a lot. And this one has lots of pretty colors, so go check out those colors. It's super cute. I love that idea, and that's one I'm definitely going to do. Number 18. I got this inspiration from the 2024 Just Cross Stitch Christmas magazine. This is a Mill Hill pattern, and I have the magazine link down below. You can also get it for free via Readily. If you've never subscribed before, you can get a free month or 2 subscription. But I like the concept of this idea because you could do this with any size finish. I was specifically thinking like a Mill Hill buttons and beads kit. If you got like a chunky wood square, you could paint it red or green or something like that and have the look of like a Mill Hill frame but have like a little bit of a different finish. I think it's really cute. If you don't want to leave the edges raw, you could put cording around it or something like that. But I think I really like the concept for this small finish, but also bigger finishes I think would be really cute. Number 19, tobacco basket finish. This one is from Winding Vine Wondering's blog, and I'll link that below. It's such a sweet, simple pattern. I've bought a few of these tobacco baskets, and I need to finish something in them. I have a lot of them in storage right now, which will be unpacked soon. But I think I have 4 or 5 in there of like various sizes. I need to finish some things in them because every time I see one, like a smallish one, we have a really big one that hangs on our front porch, but every time I see a smallish one, I'm like, I need that for a cross stitch finish. I've never finished cross stitch in it, so I need to get around to that. Anyway, that was a total side tangent. Number 20 is a basket front. So this one is from Annie Nygren. I'm going to link her Instagram down below, but it's on Instagram. And I liked this one specifically. I've seen a lot of basket finishes and I think they're all really cute. But right now the like hanging basket for like flowers, or I kind of want to get some for my kitchen and put like potatoes and onions in them. And how cute would it be to get like a cute little vegetable stitch and put them on the front of the baskets? I think I'm going to do that. Really excited. I need to find my baskets so then I can find a pattern to fit my baskets. All right, number 21 is a needle roll. So this is actually a pattern. The link is going to take you to a pattern, but there's finishing instructions within the pattern from Kim Beamish via a needle pulling thread. You can use it as a pincushion if you want. You don't have to. It'd just be really cute and a little dough ball, honestly, with your pillows. I love that one. Okay, this next one, guys. Oh, I'm obsessed. I've been looking for a candelabra from the thrift or antique store for I don't know, the past 2 or 3 months since I saw this on Pinterest. This is the Candelabra. There is no link to who did this. I searched low and high to try to find who did this. I know the patterns are Sue Hillis patterns, but I like reverse image search. I Googled, and all I can find is this picture, but I could not skip sharing it with you because it is amazing and I'm obsessed. I want this in my kitchen island on Halloween. And you don't even have to do these patterns if you don't want to. You can easily do another pattern. Lindy Stitches has some really cute Halloween smalls that would be really adorable in this, but I'm obsessed and I want to do this, and I'm still hunting for a candelabra because I'm going to do that. Number 23 is a wreath finish. Now this one I've never thought of before, but it's so smart and simple. And this one's using a little grapevine wreath. Do you know how often I find those at thrift or antique stores? A lot. And I'm like, what do I do with this? Like, I don't want to do wreath making, but finding small ones are super easy. You can find them at the craft store for pretty cheap too. So this is a really great idea. And then putting it around a bird kind of looks like a nest, I think is an even better idea. This next one, I've actually used this tutorial. It is a stand-up and it is from Helen D. I wish I had a picture of my finish. I believe I showcased it in my 2024 finishes video. I believe I showcased this. If not, I know it's an earlier Flosstube, but I love this finish and I really enjoyed following Helen D's tutorial for it as well. I found it very easy. I hand stitched completely, and so this was my very first big finish, and I found the tutorial really easy to follow. It's so cute, and they stand up so well. It's so easy to style and put on a shelf or wherever you want it to go. So love this one. I'm going to be doing more of these. This style, I'm pretty sure, is how I'm going to finish my Mill Hill Christmas Village. Let's talk about number 25 real quick. I'm going to put it here. This is a big pillow finish. I think this is a wonderful idea. Put this in your stitching chair, like a big cross stitch pillow finish in your stitching chair. This one specifically is from the Naptime Stitcher on Instagram. The finisher is also linked. So this is the Naptime Stitcher's needlepoint stitching, but she had somebody finish it, and so I've linked that finisher as well. But the main thing I want to talk about here is needlepoint finishes can be transferred into cross stitch a lot of times. So if I'm trying to get inspiration, especially on Pinterest or something, and I'm not finding anything with cross stitch finishes, I'm like, oh, I've seen all these before. I want something new. Look up needlepoint finishes because a lot of those can be translated. You might have to finish it a little bit differently because you're not using the canvas, you have fabric, or you have perforated paper or whatever surface you're stitching on. But you can kind of tweak the finishing method to do it for cross stitch. So that's one of my like little hacks on how I find unique finishing methods. Now I'm not saying I utilize all of them. I fully finish things, but not as much as I pin fully finish things or save them or things like that. But that's a really good idea. If you want some new ideas for finishing, look up needlepoint finishes, and I'm sure you'll probably find one or two that you can translate into cross stitch. This next one is finishing cross stitch on front of a frame. This is via Julie Stitches 23 on Instagram, again linked below. But basically, let's say you have a finish, you're like, this is really cute, I want to frame it. Probably not a huge finish. You're going to want to go to a custom framer. But if you have something small to mid-size and you're like, I really want to finish this myself, I don't want to get it professionally framed or order a custom frame size, but I can't find the right frame. This is a really good idea to, or maybe you have some frames and you're like, oh, I don't have anything that's perfect, but it's close. This is a really good idea to showcase your stitching in a frame, but not actually finishing it like traditionally in a frame. Number 27 is a flat fold finish. This picture is actually of my stitching. It's an Erin Elizabeth Designs pattern. And it's so cute. I love it. This is something I displayed last year and I'm excited to display again this year. And I did use Vonna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. I used her tutorial. I really like this finish and the tutorial was super easy to follow. I really enjoyed using that. Number 28 is a mesh bag finish. There are lots of patterns specifically for mesh bag finishes. I've linked a freebie below, which is from Thread Milk Designs, which is a little Christmas Jesus pattern, little baby Jesus there. But you can do any, I mean, I wouldn't do a super complex pattern, but any simple pattern you could do on a mesh bag. It easily translates. So don't limit yourself to the mesh bag patterns. You can finish lots of things on these mesh bags. And I've seen a lot of people do a lining in them as well to kind of protect your stitches and things like that. This next one, number 29, is a floating frame finish. I had never seen this before. I found this one via Reddit, and I'll link the Reddit post down below. Such a cute finish. It's so sweet. I love the clear around it. Again, a really easy way. Maybe you have like a seasonal designs, like a series of seasonal designs and you want to switch them out. This would be a really easy way to do it. I think it's very pretty. Yeah, just super simple and sweet. And I've never thought about that before. Number 30, the coaster finish, is another example of how you can translate needlepoint finishes into cross stitch. So basically, this is a coaster made to finish needlepoint in. So you put your stitching in there and then you put the top on it, and it's like an acrylic, I do believe it's acrylic. It's an acrylic clear coaster that is going to protect your stitching. So what they did, it looks like, is did like a square finish with some cording around it. Again, you could easily do that in cross stitch as well. And then put your cross stitch finish in here and you have a cute little cross stitch coaster. I love that idea. I did link the coasters down below. It is from needlepoint.com. Oh my gosh, I saw this one and was like, that is the coolest thing ever. Probably not for everybody, but a super cool idea. This is number 31, a lampshade finish. This is via Hannah Hand Makes, and she actually has a blog post tutorial about this. It's a little lampshade. What a cool idea in your stitching room beside your stitching chair. I love it. I was thinking like maybe a really pretty sampler would look really beautiful there. Number 32 is a drawstring bag. This is via Joanne at Fresh Figs. So basically, she has written details in the blog post about sizing and a few directions, I think. But you could translate the size of this to anything. This is a very small finish and bag, but if you had a larger square finish, you could easily translate that into whatever size you wanted for a finish as well. Number 33, we're getting to the end here, is another one from Bonafide for the Twisted Stitcher. This is a Altoid tin finish. Again, really cute. I love that we can incorporate finished stitching with our stitching. This would be a great thing to put, you know, she even shows here actually. Yeah, she is. Okay, that you could put like scissors and, you know, a needle minder, whatever the couple things you need. And this would be a really easy on the go small stitching tin, but also showcasing your stitching. So I think that's really sweet. And the very last one, which is one of my favorites, and I think such a sweet, simple idea, is the baking tin. This is via Starry Night Studio. There's a blog post with finishing details. And basically it's a little cookies for Santa pattern mounted onto a baking tin. Another one that'd be really easy to use the magnet washer finish, so you could change it out if you wanted to seasonally or whatever it is, or you could finish it there permanently, whichever one you wanted. All right, guys, I hope that you found a finishing idea that maybe you hadn't thought of before. I know I found a lot I hadn't thought of or seen before that maybe will inspire you to finish your cross stitch in a new way. Everything is linked down below. Go check those links if there's anything you want to view in more detail, or the pictures or the blog posts or the videos or anything is linked down below. This is meant purely for inspiration, and I really want to make sure I give credit to everybody's tutorials or videos that I found to show you who the original person was. I'm not claiming any of these ideas as my own. I just wanted to give you a little bit of inspiration as these finishes have given me, and I was looking for this video, so I thought maybe you might be as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next time. Bye, guys.